4.1.1-4.1.2 Sexual Offences Introduction and Anonymity. In the UK, sexual offences cover a range of crimes, including non-consensual acts such as rape and sexual assault, crimes against children such as child sexual abuse or grooming, and crimes that exploit others for sexual purposes, whether in person or online. These crimes can occur between strangers, friends, acquaintances, current or ex-partners, or family members, and the passage of time does not prevent effective prosecution. The CPS addresses sexual offences as part of its Violence Against Women and Girls (VAWG) strategy, which is an overarching framework to address crimes primarily but not exclusively committed by men against women. The VAWG strategy covers crimes such as domestic abuse, rape, sexual assault, stalking, harassment, honor-based violence, including forced marriage, female genital mutilation, child abuse, human trafficking for sexual exploitation, prostitution, pornography, and obscenity. The CPS's VAWG strategy aligns with United Nations conventions that the UK government has ratified and informs the cross-government VAWG framework. The CPS's annual Violence Against Women and Girls report includes data on all perpetrators and victims, regardless of gender, and the CPS is committed to securing justice for all victims, including male victims. Rape is defined as using one's penis without consent to penetrate another person's vagina, mouth, or anus. A person without a penis cannot commit rape, but a female can be guilty of rape if they assist a male perpetrator in the attack. Sexual assault involves intentionally touching another person sexually without their consent, and assault by penetration is the intentional penetration of another person's vagina or anus without consent. A child is anyone under the age of 18, and child sexual abuse involves forcing or inciting a child to take part in sexual activity, which may include physical contact or non-penetrative acts and non-contact activities such as grooming. Child sexual abuse can be committed by both men and women, as well as other children. In regards to prostitution, it is not illegal to exchange money or other commodities for sex, but the CPS focuses on prosecuting those who force others into prostitution, exploit, abuse, or harm them. The CPS works with the police and other agencies to help those involved in prostitution to find alternative routes and charges offences such as causing, inciting, or controlling prostitution for gain, or trafficking for sexual exploitation. However, it is illegal to persistently loiter or solicit in a street or public place for the purposes of prostitution, to pay for sexual services, to operate or own a brothel, or to engage in curb crawling. Extreme pornography includes images that are grossly offensive, disgusting, or obscene, and portray extreme acts in an explicit and realistic way, such as violence, mutilation, or sexual activity with animals. Disclosing private sexual images without consent, also known as revenge pornography, is the act of disclosing private sexual photographs or films of a person without their consent and with the intent to cause distress. Indecent images of children refer to any image of a child posed or pictured indecently, such as in a sexual way, or any image of adults involved in an indecent act where a child is present. This can include actual photographs, videos, drawings, tracings, or digital images, and making an indecent image refers to taking, downloading, printing, or opening an email attachment containing such images. UK law regarding sexual offences is primarily governed by the Sexual Offences Act 2003. This act provides a comprehensive framework for dealing with sexual offences, ranging from sexual assault to sexual exploitation of children. The following are some of the key provisions of the Sexual Offences Act 2003, which you may find helpful for your exam. 1. Rape. This is defined in Section 1 of the Sexual Offences Act 2003 and is committed when a person intentionally penetrates the vagina, anus, or mouth of another person with their penis without the other person's consent. 2. Assault by penetration. This is defined in Section 2 of the Sexual Offences Act 2003 and is committed when a person intentionally penetrates the vagina or anus of another person with an object or body part without the other person's consent. 3. Sexual assault. This is defined in Section 3 of the Sexual Offences Act 2003 and is committed when a person intentionally touches another person in a sexual manner without their consent. 4. Causing or inciting sexual activity without consent. This is defined in Section 4 of the Sexual Offences Act 2003 and is committed when a person causes or incites another person to engage in sexual activity without their consent. 5. Rape of a child under 13. This is defined in Section 5 of the Sexual Offences Act 2003 and is committed when a person intentionally penetrates the vagina, anus, or mouth of a child under the age of 13 with their penis. 6. Sexual activity with a child under 13. This is defined in Section 6 of the Sexual Offences Act 2003 and is committed when a person intentionally engages in sexual activity with a child under the age of 13. 7. Sexual activity with a child under 16. This is defined in Section 9 of the Sexual Offences Act 2003 and is committed when a person intentionally engages in sexual activity with a child under the age of 16. 8. Sexual exploitation of children. This is defined in Section 48 of the Sexual Offences Act 2003 and is committed when a person intentionally causes or incites a child to engage in sexual activity, or creates or possesses child abuse images. These are some of the key provisions of the Sexual Offences Act 2003, which you may find helpful for your exam. It is important to note that the law regarding sexual offences in the UK is complex, and you should consult the Act itself. Anonymity refers to the protection of the identity of individuals who report sexual offences or who are involved in a sexual offences trial as a victim, witness, or defendant. In the UK, the right to anonymity in sexual offences cases is enshrined in several pieces of legislation. The most significant of these is the Sexual Offences Amendment, Act 1992, which provides anonymity to the victims of rape and other sexual offences. The Act states that no person may publish any material which is likely to lead to the identification of a person who has made an allegation of rape or other sexual offence, unless that person has waived their right to anonymity. This includes not only the victim's name, but also their address, photograph, or any other information that may identify them. The Youth Justice and Criminal Evidence Act 1999 also provides for anonymity for the complainant in sexual offences trials involving children. Section 45 of the Act provides that no one may publish any information that could lead to the identification of a complainant in a trial for a sexual offence if the complainant is under 18 years of age. In addition to these acts, the Contempt of Court Act 1981 provides that it is a contempt of court to publish any material that could prejudice a fair trial in any criminal case, including sexual offences trials. This means that the media must be careful not to publish any information that could influence the outcome of a trial.